2, 3, 4. And we are live on Zoom. We are live on YouTube. And we are live on the Sevens with Pifers B Metatron's internet radio station. We are thankful and grateful to be here. It has been a stone cold gas, in the immortal words of that famous Black American music pioneer Don Cornelius and the Soul Train. He used to always end is peace, love, and soul. It's been a stone cold gas. Since the first of the year, I am want to give a little update. I'm glad that uh, Mr. Ryan C. Dennis is on the call with us right now because we have a very, very, very ambitious project. We're not going to give too much of it away. We probably done gave too much information away about it already. However, Ryan, take a minute or two and talk about these wonderful world tools that you and I are very close to launching for public consumption.
In the context of what we do here, we cover all things spiritual, not just studying to be a scholar, but we cover things spiritual so you can apply it. I think this is the most applicable place you'll find. We have integrations here, and basically we have been leveraging what the world has been going towards. The world has been going towards technology, and I believe that we have the number one, and I'll say it loud, we have the number one spiritual technology in the world. I believe that through my years from dealing with different websites and different things like that, from Mark's, testing different systems and softwares and things like that. We have the best. And then what doubles down on that value is for the membership, we come with it. So if there is other tech out there, I guarantee you the originator doesn't come with it.
Guaranteed.
So yeah, we have a real strong advantage. We have the most static spiritual technology in the world. What I mean by that is you can go to a bunch of websites and get a natal chart, but you can't ask that website uh, based on your agenda for the week what you should and shouldn't be doing, or should I take this course? If I'm in between people I'm courting, which one am I most compatible with? I mean, you name it. Right down to the type of baby food you should feed your baby based on your baby's soul print. We can get that static, and it's just unheard of. And we relying on our spiritual community to get the word out, because for what we're pricing it at, it's highway robbery to us. And I don't say that in a bad way. I say it in a prosperous way. We know what we have and the value we can stack on top of that. As of now, we're making it highly affordable. So it covers all bases. It's easy to use, it's easy to get. We under promise, over deliver, and it's highly applicable to your life. And there's transformational integrations specifically for you. And you can't get that anywhere else. You type your name in the Astro Seek, it's going to give you your breakdown, but not how it applies in real time today, this moment. So I'll cut it short right there.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on what Ryan is talking about, we are your one-stop shop for all things that we deal with daily in esoterics. Some of us look at multiple disciplines to start our day. I myself look at numerology, I look at the cards, and I look at astrology. I look at a couple of different forms of astrology and numerology and the cards. Well, up until Ryan and I, yeah, you got to go to different websites. You got to go to an astrology website, and if it's just Western astrology, then you're gonna have to find another website, astrology website that has a Vedic or sidereal or whatever other form of astrology, Chinese, whatever other form of astrology that you check. If you want numerology, man, first of all, finding a numerology website that is up to date is hard. It's not impossible, but it is truly, 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 truly hard. And 99,999,999 of them will only give you 1 through 9. And you're going to get the basic, you're just going to get the basic cookie cutter, same things, Juno Jordan's interpretations 1 through 9. That's it. Uh, and other than Robert Camp, I don't know of another site that you can go and get cards. I'm not talking about tarot cards. I'm talking about the regular deck of playing cards, which is going to be the most accurate and the most thorough reading you can ever get anywhere. I'm talking about it could pinpoint dates. So that's another website. And all of these websites, as Ryan said, are got canned information, and you there's no chat box that you can open up and type in, hey, yeah, I know this is my progressed chart, but can you progress it forward for me and tell me what's going on for next week or the week after that or next year? You First of all, you're not even going to get nobody to even respond back to you. So with all of that, we've taken away all of that confusion. You come to, and we don't know what the name of it is going to be yet. We are still working out logistics. However, for lack of a better term, for right now, we're just going to say you come to On the Sevens and you are a subscriber with On the Sevens. You have your own back office. It'll be a picture of what eventually is going to be my Mastered Self numerology page. You're going to have your own page where your natal chart will be there, your up to date card forecast will be there, your life reports, and all manner of things. And the chat feature is going to be connected to either myself, Ryan, or a couple of other folks that are part of these calls that I haven't talked to about that yet, but they're going to be part of this as well. Uh, uh, and you'll be able to ask your question in real time, and one of our professional blend readers will be able to get with you 10 minutes or less, and answer your questions, and we will provide back and forth dialogue. And again, the members will get member exclusive podcasts, member exclusive content that we will not be covering on the free portions of our Master Self Astrology, which is today, Master Self Numerology and Cards, which will be, uh, we're determining that date, and then your natural health and healing. So, uh, we have taken multiple disciplines and blended them into one comprehensive reading, um, and even our speculative estimates are probably low. We are going to violently penetrate the paid astrology, numerology, card, daily readings genre. And, once some folks get a taste of what we do, yeah, it's going to be a mad exodus over to On the Seventh. So we are extremely, extremely excited. Um, since the 1st of January, since this calendar flipped, I want to give you guys a little brief update. I have. Oh yes, go ahead, Ryan. Go right ahead, bro.
Hey, I just wanted to put this out there and everybody that we don't know to announce themselves just because we got like an imposter that could hop in the network at any moment. And I'm just being mindful of that. So this person, that's the iPad. Who is this? It just says iPad. Who are you?
Well,
Can you unmute yourself or tell me who you are or in the chat or something?
yeah, just send something in the chat. It's probably somebody I invited, bro, because
Okay.
I don't the link that I send out, it only goes to folks on this mailing list that I have.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, because I used to post the link on Facebook, and yeah, we used to get them racial shenanigans in here all the time. But we're gonna open up the floor and go around, and folks will let us know who each of us are. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, brother. Um, yeah, so I have rewritten an entire numerology software package. Uh, and mastered self numerology doesn't just give you 1 to 9. In fact, mastered self numerology don't even hardly even deal with 1 through 9, only as the root numbers and root characteristics. Mastered self numerology starts for real at 10 1 and goes right now it goes to 99. However, it will eventually go to 999. I have, and I know I've been talking to you guys about this for a minute. Y'all have heard about this for a while. 88 steps into your mastered self. I have completed the 88 steps into your mastered self activation book, as well as 88 steps into your mastered self student workbook that has all 88 steps have, yeah, everything's been written. All I'm doing right now with the 88 steps and the uh, uh, master self numerology software is I'm talking to folks about getting it copyrighted so that I can make sure that I protect my shit. Yeah. And once I get the copyright in place, we will launch it full bore to the world. Um, you insiders, High Priestess Alania, Justel Kane, a few others. Um, yeah, I will give y'all a sneak preview of it. However, not until I have sent my originals to the copyright office. I have to protect it, you guys. I was talking to Ryan about this, and McDonald's has the Big Mac. That's the yeah. Burger King has the Whopper on the sevens. Pie Fish Beef Metatron, I got 88 steps into your mastered self. And I challenge any gurus out here online making money and all that. Y'all line up. All y'all that got your own software, hit a brother up. I got my own software. I'm not giving out Juno Jordan's interpretations. I'm not giving out Fagan Bradley's interpretations for astrology. I'm not giving out Robert Camp's interpretations for the cards. We all original, all authentic. We are authentically on the sevens, unapologetically. And for that, I am thankful and I'm grateful. I want to open up the floor real quick. Go around. You can open up. Let me know what's been going on in and around and for you since the calendar flipped, and what projects, what goals, what desires, what active pursuits have you moved yourself closer to manifesting? Go ahead, High Priestess. You could kick it off.
Thank you. I'm in the midst of doing a lot of things at once. It feels like I'm just got multiple things going on at once. So it's like personal and professional. So personally, like I had to have a conversation with my ancestors and be like, okay, if this is what I'm supposed to do, y'all need to be helping me. I need this, and this, that. And in order for me to do that, I need this, that, and third. And I got smacked in the face with a lot of opportunities very quickly, like less than 24 hours quickly. Yeah. So yeah, that's going well. That ball is really rolling. But professionally, I gave myself a 3-6-9 method to do.
Yes.
To help me mentally focus my energy because it tends to dissolve up here because it's so much activity. Mm-hmm. So doing that method as well as writing hacks for a manifestation to also focus my energy, those have been working the best with helping me align all my projects. So I set myself a schedule, and then all the two main things that I want to knock out the most that I know will take the most concentration, I gave myself a 12-week step to do one task every week, all 12 weeks straight. So I don't miss. I'm not missing. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's been really helpful. So personal and professionally, it's like we have the balance between being in monk mode and being in the everyday life. Like that's where the real balance for me lies. So having hacks and writing hacks and mirror work works well.
All right, good. Thank you for that. Justel, how are you today? Would you like to chime in and let us know how things have been progressing for you since the first of the year?
Things have been progressing well. January was actually really good. Um, it was a 7 year, but it was an 8 month. So I got a lot of stuff done. I can instantly feel the shift from the 6 year to the 7 year. Last year was just so much responsibility.
Yeah, heavy
And
responsibility.
it was a lot of responsibility. And it was almost like I was looking forward to this 7. And I can instantly feel the energy just change. So I'm in a 9 month. And so the theme for me for the last like 3 months has been getting out of my own way, learning to surrender. I remember when I first started this job that I'm at now 3 years ago. I work with a 5 of spades, a king of hearts. And we're completely the opposite. I'm an ace of diamonds, 5 of hearts. And I'm very methodical, very organized. I like things done a certain way. So when I first started, I told my manager, you need to learn how to work with a schedule. And she said, you need to learn to work without one. And so here I am, like 3 years later, laughing because she was absolutely right. So to a certain degree, I'm never going to let that organization, because that's just how my mind works. But I've learned to have like a general idea of things that I want to accomplish. I write those things down and then I surrender.
Good.
And
Don't you have a Queen of Spades somewhere prominent in your spread? Your
my
life.
Pluto. Yeah, it's my Pluto
Then
card.
organization is going to always be what either changes you or challenges you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it does. But the thing with the whole Queen of Spades is learning to not control, but learning to lead from within, learning to,
Absolutely. Self-mastery.
yeah,
Yes.
yes.
That
So
all of your solutions come from within. Yes.
inside me. And where I get caught up in is when I try to force my way through life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been amazing, and I'm just taking everything one day at a time
Good.
and learning to surrender, and that's kind of where I am.
Good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Ryan, give the folks a little bit that you hadn't already given them from what's been going on for you personally since the
Yeah,
first.
January's been amazing. It's been a lot of initiation. I'm in a 6th year, so responsibilities are, you already know, kind of like what Miss Kane just mentioned. A lot of responsibility on my mind, which is fine. Not just responsibility, but adding let me take that back. Adding more foundation and doubling down on foundation for everything I'm creating. Um, the authorship has been going good. I don't just author things in the spiritual side of things. It's also in other disciplines and other facets of life. I blew through a lot of books. That's been going well. Um, the design tools lately with AI has been getting better. So that's been bliss for me because I've been trying to get these things, the errors. If you talk to me about AI, I'm gonna tell you all the dumb stuff it does, but the world
Yeah.
thinks it's amazing.
Right.
But it's been getting better, and it's been helping me out a lot. But it's getting better. I've been
Absolutely.
designing some quick marketing commercials, so that's been well. We've
Yes.
created this software for on the 7th. That's been going well.
Yes.
We have mock-up examples of our back office. That's been going well.
Yes.
And right now, I'm in an 8-month. So I'm in an 8-month and a 6th year. So I made this month just about marketing, but January's been good. January,
Good.
I've been setting more boundaries with people. And today, just for the people that know about the weekly spread, I have a 4 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, king of diamonds with a 7 of heart result. So I've chopped the people close to me earlier today
Mm-hmm.
as if it was my job, as if I get a
Mm-hmm.
check for chopping
Yeah.
people and checking people about what
Yeah.
they're not bringing to the table while I'm trying to help them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's that.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Nikki, would you like to chime in and give us a brief synopsis of what's been going on for you since the first?
Well, since the first, my adult daughter moved back in December. So since the first, it has been me learning how to live with this person who haven't lived with in over 10 years,
Wow.
and how to be a mom to an adult daughter. I've
Wow.
lived with my son. My
Mm-hmm.
son hasn't moved out,
Different
but my
relationship, totally different
different
dynamic, moms and
relationship
sons. Yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah.
I'm very protective.
Yeah.
I don't approve of, the circumstances that she had to move back in. I don't
Yeah.
approve of her just running off and
Yeah.
jumping back into her fire again. And she's an Aries, so I said for her fire again,
Mhm.
her impulsivities.
Right.
And so for me, learning how my initiation is that learning how to be hands off, learning
Okay.
how to, okay, here's my piece, I'll say it and then back away. If you don't trust my judgment and you still jump off that cliff, there's not much more I can do. Um, there is a motto: you can't be more invested than they are in
Right.
their own lives and in their own
Absolutely.
healing.
Absolutely.
And if that's what it is, I would have expected her to, took some time to introspect and be self-reflective, but she's not me. That's
Nope.
different. So I have to
Nope.
realize that I'm
Absolutely.
not her and she's not me. So that's my initiation. And every time I get angry because things aren't going the way I would have handled things,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have taken a whole 6 months before I jumped into another relationship at least. But that's me.
That's me.
You gotta realize and then the difference between a me and an Aries, that's totally completely different. Even, imprint there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so that's my January
Okay.
is
Okay.
is learning that all over.
Good. Well, we're grateful for that. Yes, Ryan, go right ahead.
Hey, Nikki, do you mind? Are you open to giving the birthday of this daughter? And before you answer, let me tell you why I asked that. Because I want to get everybody here who are the regulars, I want to get you guys kind of engaged with what we're doing. So this will be an equivalent of a brief family soul mapping. So Nikki,
Yes.
if you open to it, what's her birthday?
Her birthday is March 26th. Do you need the year?
Mark, you want the year or?
Yeah, take the year too.
Okay, March 26th, 1998.
March
And
10th.
then what's your birthday, Nikki?
Is July 10th, 1980.
$26.98 and 7/10/80.
Yeah,
Correct.
see, Nikki, one thing that immediately stands out with you two is you've learned the lessons that she's going through, and you can't stand watching her do stupid stuff.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
Hmm.
that's not what I would do. Did you not learn anything from me?
Yeah, you've gotten a lot of your wisdom through experience, and you've upgraded yourself spiritually over the years, and you want that for her, but sometimes she's a little pig-headed, isn't she?
Very, very hard headed, yes.
Hmm. Hmm. I'll turn it over to you, Mark, if you want to touch on it. I just want to be brief
Yeah,
to
no, no,
give
no,
everybody an
no.
example.
We good. We will circle back around to that at the end because I don't want to hold folks longer than is esoterically proper. I don't want folks to be cashing out on it, but we will uh, talk about that, Nikki, at the end of the show. I just want to ask you, how did you get through her adolescence with her up and down sleep schedule? Because sometimes she could sleep, sometimes she couldn't. How'd you do that? How was that?
Um, she spent more time sleeping than up.
Oh,
It's
really?
funny that you say that. It is because right now it is. It's the weirdest thing. I'm like, why are you up at so in the middle of the night? I'm sleeping and she's up and down and I can
Yeah,
hear.
that's what I'm talking about. Right, right.
Yeah,
Her sleep schedule was all wacky. Yeah, all wacky.
yeah. She stays up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
How'd you deal with that?
Now in her adolescence, I
Yeah.
don't think I noticed it as much. I just trying to go back in time there.
Yeah.
Her room when it was a different house, it was a different floor plan. So
Mm-hmm.
I had the master on one side and the kids, the other two on the other side
Mm-hmm.
of the house. So I don't feel like it wasn't impactful.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I
But that's
don't think
something
that it
that
impacted
that
me like it did. I didn't notice it so
yeah,
much as in adolescence that if she was up, she was very quiet up in her own space.
yeah, you'll notice it now.
And I think that's how we handled it in the adolescence. But now
You'll notice
the
it now.
her
Yeah.
area is closer to mine, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, oh, you're up.
Uh-huh.
I can
Yeah.
hear doors open. You see lights, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
wake up in the middle of the night, and it's like she's
Yeah.
still up,
You need
or
to
she's
find
talking on the phone, or it's not a big deal. I mean,
does,
she is
does she
grown,
have
so
does she have a creative outlet?
she. I don't think so.
Find her a creative
I
outlet and she'll
haven't.
sleep normal.
I've seen her minimal dabble in art, but I haven't actually seen her take a creative outlet. Not
Okay.
really. Not full fledged.
All right. All
Yeah,
right. We'll
that's
touch
half
on
the battle.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll touch on that at the end. Thank you for that, Nikki.
you're
And
welcome.
it's our old school gangster sister that's on the iPad, Carolyn, and she's listening on YouTube, so she won't be able to tap in to us, Ryan, and let us know who she is. But yeah, she's our old school gangster sister. All right. And we are live. This is on the sevens with Piper's B Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. I am Piper's B Metatron, your host with the most. And today is a very good day to be me. Every day is a very good day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this. And I guarantee you this. Should you make that mantra a part of your daily rituals and then go about doing the things that it motivates and inspires you to do, your life too will get better each and every day exponentially. Before we move into the um, astrology, the February 2026 Master Self Universal Zodiac Native Soul Vibrations, I want to let everybody know that this portion of the show is sponsored by Joe Lynn's Written Expressions. Joe Lynn Herbert is a Mary Kay beauty consultant, a licensed social worker with 20 plus years experience. She is a featured author and co-editor of the Indie Incognito. She is a motivational speaker, civil rights advocate, and a mental health advocate. Should you need to get in contact with Jolynn for any of these services and just for a copy of her book, you can contact me for now, or you could go on to Amazon and type in Jolynn Herbert in the book section, and her books, she has a couple of books already published, will come up. We appreciate Jolynn Herbert for sponsoring this portion of today's broadcast. This is February 2026 Mastered Self Universal Zodiac Native Soul Vibrations. According to the planetary movements, February 1st, the full moon occurred in Leo. The Leo full moon ignited the heart of the month with a solar lion pulse of sovereignty, courage, and uncompromising self-expression. Under Mayat, this lunation exposes where you have dimmed your radiance to maintain harmony, loyalty, or predictability. Leo rules the throne of self, the inner sun that cannot be outsourced, negotiated, or diluted. This full moon restored that throne. It revealed the gap between the identity you perform and the identity your soul is demanding you to embody. Emotional truths rise with heat, pride, longing, suppressed creativity, forgotten joy, and the ache of unlived potential. This is a purification of the heart fire. The new paradigm requires leaders who are internally sourced, not externally validated. This lunation breaks the spell of approval seeking and reactivated your mythic center. Expect revelations around purpose, visibility, and the courage to be fully seen. The lion roars, and your soul's journey answers. That's the soul. High Priestess Alanya will give us the science.
Yeah, this Leo full moon, soon as it went into Leo, it had an opposition to Pluto, and it's had to get through the Aquarius stellium as well. So the theme around this is hard truth, exposure, authenticity versus performance. And we all know that night we had this big entertainment show that everyone was watching and tuned into, like this Leo, classic Leo moon, right? But it's a full moon. So everybody's tuned in, everybody feels the energy. But this Leo full moon started the month with a confrontation between the heart and the collective machine. And as we can see, even on that stage, or all the stages, there was a big shift that I actually been talking about, where it's not just Black History Month, it's like a whole layer to it, because this is about the truth of history that has been hidden, that everyone has been collectively finding with this Aquarius stellium that's coming to the surface against this Leo full moon. So there's a lot of information like that that's rising to the surface, that's forcing people to confront everything that they thought they knew, everything that they thought they were, with new information. So now the collective is demanding truth. They're demanding authenticity from everyone, because now we see that there's been a lot hidden beneath the surface with Pluto Aquarius revealing it. So going forward, basically what's being revealed here isn't so much about the information. The information is showing the character of those who had a mask on that the Leo full moon completely pulled off. So now we're sitting here wondering, is people really are who they say they are versus how they actually move? Are you paying attention to what people say, or are you actually paying attention to their patterns and what they do, which the Virgo moon is going to help us collect that information until Libra moon. And the heart space is being exposed. So you're starting to see people like what they truly value, what's really in their hearts, what really motivates them to do the things that they do. And if you have compassion or kindness or not, that's also being exposed. And Leo also is connected with leadership as well. So this is a good opportunity to see who's actually leading versus someone who just wants power and control, dominance and attention, because those are two different things. You know, sometimes people feel like authority means that you have to control things, but true authority is connected with leadership. And a lot of people forget that. Leo has the ability to lead. Okay. So this definitely ties in how this moon is setting the tone for the rest of the month in February, because a lot of things that seem like it was strong are going to start to crack.
Absolutely.
I also wanted to touch on these two things too with the Leo moon, the Leo full moon. It says when it comes to the moon and Leo, the vital force distributes itself with concentrated power, warmth, and joy. There can be an excess buildup of heat within the system or body. So the native, someone who has displacement, may disguise their pains and or refuse medical help, which can result in a weak back, circulatory disorders, vision issues, backache, dehydration, and infertility. So basically that means if you are starving yourself from being on the stage you know you're supposed to be on, you are going to make up excuses as to why you can't do it instead of just doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And Aquarius season, going into Pisces season, is going to challenge you to confront that about yourself.
Thank you, Miss Williams. High Priestess. February 4th, tomorrow, Uranus stations direct in Taurus. Uranus turning direct in Taurus cracks open the tectonic plates of stability, security, and embodiment. This is a liberation event disguised as disruption. Taurus governs the material plane, money, resources, the body, land, values. And Uranus electrifies whatever has become stagnant, outdated, or too tightly held. When the planet of radical change stations direct, the future accelerates. Systems that once felt immovable suddenly shift. Attachments loosens. Identity structures built on comfort rather than truth begin to dissolve. Under Ma'at, this is a recalibration of value. What is real, what is sustainable, what is aligned with your soul's purpose. The new paradigm demands sovereignty in the physical realm, not dependence on collapsing structures. Expect breakthroughs in finances, embodiment practices, and self-worth. Expect shocks that reveal what you can no longer tolerate. This is the moment the earth element awakens and insists on evolution. Liberation becomes non-negotiable. That's the soul. Take it away, High Priestess.
Yeah, I was actually touching on that in the video that I had just reposted about the Renaissance. There was a video I was watching about the Renaissance and the history Renaissance when they did the whitewashing. And now it's like the Renaissance again. And I had a dream about Beyonce before her Renaissance album came out. And it was about her art was supposed to be recapturing all that stuff that was whitewashed over time and like redoing it over. So with Uranus stationing direct in Taurus at the 27, 28 degree mark, this is a material wake up. This is about value shifting. This is about the connection between the economic system and your nervous system, like getting that back online. Mm-hmm. Uranus and Gaia created the Titans. So we have to, the whole time has been us reconnecting with the stars, reconnecting with the other part of us that's at the distant that needs to come in for us to really get deep in our roots of who and what we truly are, and not just what other people told you what your worth is or told you who you are based on what they value and what they view the worth is, and then made you equate yourself to it. So those types of spells are being broken, as well as the shift from Pisces to Aries. So Uranus going direct, there's going to be a release of pressure. And it is around the things that connect with Taurus, which is money, the body, land, food, stability. So these critical degrees that we're moving through for the last time is about noticing the irreversible changes that must take place in order for us to ground ourselves into the new reality, because we're not going backwards. We're continuing to move forward. So what has been unstable won't be stabilized by force. It'll be stabilized by the truth, an unshakable truth. And the unshakable truth might shake you.
It will shake. It's going to shake some folks.
Yeah. So people are starting to realize what actually sustains them, what they actually need, what their immediate needs actually are, and cutting out the excess fat that they really don't need anymore. And that incurs a shift in resources, how we work, how we strategize.
Yeah,
Mercury retrograde ain't even started yet.
Yeah, that word. Yes, strategize.
Yeah. But our nervous system also gets to be recalibrated. Uranus is connected to the overall nervous system, the electrical part of our nervous system. And then Taurus is that grounding, reconnecting to earth, reconnecting to nature. So this is going to be, with the square off with Leo as well, it is going to be something that's going to make you check your ego and say, what do I really need? Yep. For real? Like, yep. What can I really go without, and what yep. do I need to move forward?
Absolutely. Thank you for that. February 6th, Mercury enters Pisces. Mercury entering Pisces dissolves linear thinking and opens the psychic channels. Communications become symbolic, intuitive, and dream-coded. This transit blurs boundaries between conscious and unconscious, inviting messages from the imaginal realm. Under my eye, this is a purification of perception, a clearing of mental illusions, false narratives, and inherited beliefs. The mind becomes porous, receptive, and mythic. The new paradigm requires multidimensional intelligence, and Mercury in Pisces activates exactly that. You may feel more sensitive to tone, energy, and subtle cues. Words carry frequency rather than logic. Conversations reveal hidden emotional truths. This transit softens the ego's grip on certainty and invites surrender to the deeper currents guiding your soul's journey. Creativity surges, synchronicities multiply, dreams speak in full sentences. Clarity requires discernment. Not every vision is truth. This is a time to listen beneath the surface, to let intuition lead, and to allow the mind to be enchanted. Go ahead, Miss Williams.
Yeah, I believe this is a beautiful ingress with both of these two, because Mercury is connected to commerce as well as communications between people, individuals, and all things. And then because Mercury goes everywhere, it has the ability. There's nowhere in the universe anything can go that there is not any communication whatsoever. So therefore, astrology being pseudoscience is debunked. And Mercury, Mercury does deal with commerce, but Venus deals with how we meet the needs. And Mercury and Venus being together is a great opportunity with Pisces for us to find our way into that money flow, that money machine, that flow that we have within ourselves that put us in this feeling of being one with all. Because Pisces, 12th house, Neptune, all have to do with you understanding you are one with everything and everything is one with you. So having these two together helps us notice that our manifestations are coming in faster. Our mind and heart are becoming magnetic to the things that we desire. And, physics says when how you move fast towards it, it comes to you in the exact same force. So having that exaltation with Venus and Pisces, there is a risk of illusion. And we still got this South Node in Virgo to help check you. So going when you in your comfort zone, that South Node Virgo, it's going to be overanalyzing and overthinking, which can give an illusion, right? So we want to use Mercury and Venus entering Pisces to think and start to feel about what's something we would like to see manifest faster than ever, and let go of the need to control the outcome and act as if, you know, the outcome is already here.
Absolutely.
So with Saturn and Neptune, doing a transition, they're in, let me see, because Mercury and Venus will be in Pisces, right? So they are second house to Saturn and Neptune. Okay. So that means, again, back to the manifestation faster than ever, with the alignment of Saturn and Neptune, is going to be like whatever you are seriously believing in connection to who you are, how you identify yourself, that is what's going to be manifesting the fastest, not necessarily how you want it to be. So do some deep purging this month to help you manifest things clearer. Because if you're manifesting from a dirty cup, you'll get what you want, but remember that cup is dirty, so it's attached to it. So you want to do a cleanse and a purge during these two transits, because Mercury will be going retrograde. And Mercury Pisces is about symbolic, spiritual language. Media narratives are going to be a big illusion. And then with Venus is like trying to use that illusion to the masses to make you feel like you can't attain something, or you can't get something, or there's some type of scarcity. When you know you are connected to the most high frequency, there's no such thing as scarcity. There's no such thing as you're running out of something. So that's the part of that Mercury Venus transit we really want to use to our advantage, is to think happy thoughts as much as possible, because that's going to be the frequency that gets you through what the illusion of, you know, all hell breaking loose and everything is going bad.
Appreciate that. And as High Priestess just said, yeah, on the 10th, Venus enters Pisces, and Venus entering Pisces opens the heart into its most compassionate, mystical, and boundary-dissolving expression. This is Venus exalted, love as devotion, beauty as transcendence, connection as soul recognition. Under Ma'at, this transit purifies relational illusions and restores the heart to its original frequency, unconditional, intuitive, and spiritually attuned. The new paradigm requires relationships built on resonance rather than obligation. And Venus in Pisces reveals where you have settled for less than divine alignment. Expect heightened empathy, romantic longing, artistic inspiration, and a desire to merge with what feels sacred. This transit also exposes where you have idealized, projected, or sacrificed yourself. Pisces dissolves false love so true love can emerge. This is a time for forgiveness, closure, and heart healing. It is also a time for mystical unions, creative breakthroughs, and soul level connections. Venus and Pisces remind you that love is a spiritual path, not a transaction. You got anything else you want to follow up with that, High Priestess?
My bad, I got ahead of myself.
It's okay. It's okay.
I did want to tie in too with the Venus Pisces, worship contracts, commitments are going to be big, as well as knowing the energy behind what you agree to. Before you sign, before you swear, before you devote, before you declare, ask yourself, what am I actually feeding? If I take on this exchange of energy, what am I welcoming into my life? And do I have the capacity to continue to show up for it? Be real with yourself.
Absolutely.
That's it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. February 14th, Saturn enters Aries. And before I get to the soul of this, I want to make a proclamation that from that planetary movement forward, whoever has been implicated and proven in sexual shenanigans, Epstein files, yes, but all across the board, yeah, their time is running out. starting with that planetary movement right there. The Saturn don't like you doing the do with the kids. Saturn does not like that. And yeah, and it's jumping into Aries. Yeah, and it's going to be like bam. So Saturn entering Aries marks a collective initiation into sovereign action, personal responsibility, and disciplined self-leadership. Aries is the spark of incarnation, the raw will to exist. And Saturn crystallizes that spark into form. Under my eye, this transit demands integrity in how you use your fire. Impulses must become commitments. Desires must become structures. Identity must become accountable. The new paradigm requires warriors of consciousness, not reactors of ego, and Saturn in Aries separates the two. This is a maturation of courage, a refinement of instinct, a restructuring of how you pursue your goals. Old patterns of avoidance, procrastination, or scattered energy collapse. Saturn insists on clarity. What do you want? What are you willing to build? What are you willing to fight for? This transit initiates a new karmic cycle of self-mastery. The fire becomes focused. The will becomes sovereign. The soul journey becomes unmistakably yours. That's the soul. You're up, High Priestess.
Yes, this day is going to be one for the books. The last 29-degree Pisces we just went through was Neptune going into Aries. So now we're about to go through Saturn. 29-degree is a mastery degree. It's an arc degree. So it's very important. It's very important because every sign is basically 30 degrees, and this 30 is the 0 degree of the next. But 29 is that part where it's like, it's the accumulation of all that energy into one. And the accumulation of Pisces is being coming to a completion because this is the end becoming a new beginning. So your faith is going to be tested very, very much to see, are you going to fall for the illusion or are you going to maintain who you are? And Saturn Aries is going to continue to test that every time to see if you are who you say you are. So the illusion or the dissolution of cognitive dissonance has the opportunity to take place. So this is where the psyche or the soul can no longer hold a contradiction, meaning I'm going to live this way even though my soul wants to live a different way. You can't do that anymore. It's going to be completely, you're going to get towed up. You're going to be toe up. You think you can split your soul and up, like it's not going to happen. You have to be, Aries is one, being united. Okay. So some topics that is going to be discussed during this time is going to be the mental emotional crisis that's going to take place, psychosis, disorientation, grief. People need to learn how to restabilize themselves after they find out so much information that they thought was true was not true. And that could be very destabilizing mentally and emotionally for people to realize that their whole life or, you know, how they live their lives is a complete lie. And people have gotten away with so many heinous things that make them question where they are, who they are, and what do they do? Who do they deal with now? Who can you trust now? So this goes back to, you know, not punishing yourself, because Saturn doesn't want you to punish yourself. It's like, get it together.
It wants you to learn.
Yeah, just get it together. So we're not being punished, but we are being asked to choose alignment, true alignment, authentic alignment, not from authority that wants to control you, but knowing you are your authority. You have your authority already inside you. You've already been coded in what to do. You just got to lock in and listen. So Saturn Aries is asking for us to be responsible for ourselves, you know, take action without the illusion or fantasy. Get out of, as my mother would say, get out of la la land. And she is a Saturn Aries. And ground your identity. This is a time to ground your identity. If there's something you always wanted to do, but you never did, if it's something you always knew you were good at, but you was too shy to take the chance or take the risk, Saturn Aries is asking you to take that risk and do the work with the risk. And without risk, you have no reward. So
Absolutely.
let's get it done.
All right. All right. Thank you for that. With this movement, also the speed of the collapse and the radical change definitely picks up with this Saturn in the Aries movement. It definitely picks up on the 17th with the Aquarius new moon solar eclipse. The Aquarius solar eclipse detonates a new timeline in the collective field. Eclipses are destiny gates, and Aquarius governs the future, innovation, liberation, and the architecture of the new paradigm. This is a reset of identity, community, and purpose. Under Maya, the eclipse reveals where you have betrayed your authenticity to belong, conform, or maintain outdated roles. It severs the karmic threads that bind you to old versions of yourself. This is a quantum leap moment, sudden, irreversible, and electrifying. Expect revelations about your mission, your place in the collective, and the systems you are meant to disrupt or rebuild. The eclipse activates the higher mind, the visionary self, the architect of the future. It also exposes the shadow of detachment, rebellion, or emotional distance. This is a liberation event, a clearing of old grid and the installation of a new one. The future arrives early. You must meet it. Take it away, High Priestess.
Yeah, this is a very special moment because this new moon eclipse is going to happen conjunct my seventh house on the dot, 29-degree Aquarius. So again, 29 degrees is that cumulative energy, and Aquarius is systems. It is also connected to the electricity element as well. So this is do or die. So this being the centerpiece of the month, because we're going into eclipse season, and it's the first one. So the eclipse is not about negotiations. This is Aquarius as well. So it is about being authentic. It is about knowing self-sovereignty, and it is about making a final decision because it's the final degree. So again, mastery, integration of the individual within the collective, no more hiding behind a role. It's time for you to step out and be your unique self. So either you know who you are or life is about to show you who you are, and say yes to life. Don't resist it. It's life got hands, okay? Collectively, again, this is breaking global spell work because now that you've become enlightened, you can't be controlled with the narrative that's not true. So this is deconstruction of a false power or a false idol, false idols, celebrities, and remembering your ancestral truth, which is part of the reason why you're here. And that truth is also tied to the land. It's also tied into language and how we communicate. So this is basically us remembering that we never lost our true power. We were just convinced to forget it, which is, again, tapping into the narrative of, you know, it's not so much about being Black history or using Black power to control people. It's just about you've been lied to your whole life about who you are and why you do the things that you do. You've been programmed from years in the centuries back to be how the way you are now, and you're finally starting to realize it and see it and break that entire construction through generations that are to come ahead. And you know, we here, you know, especially the Pluto Scorpio generation, yeah, we here, but we were turning here to clean this up because we already encoded to know that all this is BS. We've already known. We've always known. So all cultures will be affected. This is a collective awakening. The truth is beyond indoctrination right now. So this eclipse isn't about becoming somebody new. It's about finally stopping, again, that performance that the Leo full moon has showed us. Like, you doing this dance for this, and that, but are you really being fulfilled? Or is your heart really, you know, healing? Are you still grieving? And that's why you have to perform so hard. Are you performing so hard to get all these things that you want to be great and stuff because you still on some small part of you feel like you're insignificant and you don't deserve it, so you got to force yourself to work harder? Like that whole ideology is it has to go now, because we don't slave for anything. You're no longer a slave. You was never meant to be a slave. They took service, giving service to people, and manipulated it into being what we know as slavery now. You know, being of service to people is showing kindness and respect. That's not a thing to abuse or manipulate people with. And that's what's been done. And that was being undone should you choose to allow yourself to get out from under that frequency. So with the moon in Aquarius, it is a vital force that distributes itself erratically in power surges and power outages. So watch your electricity this eclipse. The life force flows readily into the mental body in enlivening the aspirations and imaginations. So you want to protect your nervous system. You want to protect your ankles, being in a cold, low blood pressure. If you have any sensitivities to your Achilles or your ankles, if you have any erratic mood swings due to your energy or your libido not being stable, you want to make sure you protect yourself from electromagnetic poisoning, muscle spasms, or anybody who has a gender identity disorder. So that's in here too. And also people who have displacement or will, you know, when we experience this eclipse, you might need to focus on resting your nervous system or your nerves by removing yourself from all electromagnetic and social influences. That includes crowds of people, sudden noises, or any type of chaos, because that is going to deplete your vital force. So pay attention this eclipse.
Thank you. February 18th, the sun enters Pisces. The sun entering Pisces dissolves the boundaries of the month and pulls consciousness into the oceanic, intuitive, and spiritual realms. This is the final sign of the zodiac, the place where cycles complete, identities dissolve, and the soul prepares for rebirth. Under Mayat, this transit reveals the illusions you have carried, the emotional residue you have avoided, and the truths you have sensed and yet not spoken. The new paradigm requires spiritual clarity, and Pisces illuminates the unseen architecture shaping your life. Sensitivity increases, compassion deepens, the ego softens. You may feel more tired, dreamy, or introspective as the sun moves through the collective unconscious. This is a time for surrender, forgiveness, and energetic cleansing. Creative inspiration flows easily. Mystical experiences intensify. Pisces also exposes escapism, denial, and spiritual bypassing. The sun here asks you to face what you have avoided and release what cannot follow you into the next cycle. All right, Miss Williams, go ahead.
Yeah, Pisces season starting for those who partake the same time as Ramadan. And if you don't know, basically, from what I was able to understand, it's a 30-day fasting that forces you to let go of your attachment to the physical plane and give all your devotion and your time and attention to your most high frequency. And to do that during this season is literally epitome of what the season is all about, because it's tied to, you know, letting things dissolve, letting things just break up into smaller pieces, just so you can see how connected to reality you truly are by energy, you moving things with your mind, with your emotions, you're doing that. So with Saturn conjuncting with Neptune on the 20th, this gives us an extra push in removing things that don't serve us, focusing on launching dreams with structure. The Saturn is about structure of that dream with Neptune. And then we get into our vortex. The North Node is still in Pisces. So this is an inspiring time, should you let it be. And this is also a time to let go of false identities, false authority, and allow yourself to believe without or belief without embodiment is now over. You have to embody whatever it is that you're telling yourself your life is going to be. You got to be in it. And this is something that they used to do long before all these structures and stuff came before the age of Aries, where they just started to, you know, take stuff and do whatever they wanted with it. Before then, they just lived in embodiment. There was no religion or anything telling you what to do. You just did it because you knew cyclically that was what you're supposed to do. So we just stepping back into that energy, and Pisces season is a season of rose tinted glasses. So be very aware of escapism. When you're avoiding something, when you're procrastinating on something, really ask yourself into yourself. So yeah.
Thank you for that. And then lastly, February 26th, Mercury retrogrades in Pisces. Mercury retrograding in Pisces pulls the mind into the underworld of memory, intuition, and unresolved emotional truth. This is not a retrograde of inconvenience. It is a retrograde of revelation. Under Ma'at, this transit exposes the illusions you have believed, the stories you have inherited, and the fantasies you have used to avoid clarity. The new paradigm requires clean perception, and Mercury in Pisces rewrites the subconscious scripts that distort your vision. Communication becomes symbolic, nonlinear, dream-coded. Old conversations resurface. Past relationships echo. Intuition becomes louder than logic. This retrograde dissolves mental fog by forcing you to confront it. Expect psychic openings, emotional clarity, and the unraveling of false narratives. You can also expect confusion if you resist surrender. This is a time to listen deeply, speak slowly, and let the truth rise from the depths. The mind is being purified. The story is being rewritten. The veil collapses. Go ahead, Ms. Williams.
Yeah, so yeah, the shadow period does start February 11th, so be aware. That degree period is where it's going to retrograde. So some themes for this retrograde in Pisces is the reevaluation of your belief system. How was it built? Where did it come from? And then go ahead in there and change it. Media manipulation will be big. Grounding vision before Aries equinox is what we're going to be working on. So we want to do a review because we're going to be going through eclipse season. So we are required to review because the universe is cutting with those eclipses. So it's going to force you to sit still in your meditative space, whatever that is, so you can tap back into the depths of your soul. And this really is like an ancestral, like think of all the past lifetimes of wisdom you've already connected to and lived through before. This is a time to really get into that, have conversations with that higher person that you are, and let your spirit catch up to what your soul already knows. So with Saturn and Neptune being in Aries, this is going to help us ground the vision of the Pisces energy, because the second house, the retrograde, is about recalibration, and it's going to end with the spring equinox. So we get to walk through, into this new season, new year, recalibrated, and then the shadow period ends on April 9th, which will be a few more weeks or a couple more weeks after the spring equinox, March 20th. So this is a recalibration. Looking in Pisces is the energy that's again about connecting back to the oneness of everything. And it doesn't require you to, it doesn't require anything to do but to surrender. And sometimes that's the hardest part, because we fear that if we take a break or we take a vacation, everything is just going to fall apart or something is just going to go wrong. Those are illusions.
Yes.
Those are illusions. Again, where was that belief system built? Where was it built in your mind? Who told you that was the case? How did you come up with these ideas that if you stop and allowed yourself to take a break or to meditate for 5 to 10 minutes a day, that your whole world is going to collapse? Like, that's not real.
That.
It's not real. The only thing that's collapsing is your ego because it doesn't want to get out the game.
Right.
And even that isn't going anywhere. It's still going to be there when you come back after your meditative space or your quiet time or your nap or your zone out moment. It's still going to be there. But this retrograde is going to be a bit more crucial that you get quiet and listen, because the noise, because Pisces also rules, music and music and movies and, visuals. So put yourself into a space using those mediums or media, because media also Neptune is illusions. Use those medias to get yourself there instead of tuning into too many negativity or too many words that take you off your path. Put yourself in there. Create the room that you want to be in.
Thank you, Miss Williams. And now we're at the part of the broadcast that I will be giving out subscriber or member plugs. So for now, everybody that's on the call, on the Zoom portion of the call today, High Priestess Williams, Natanya Albritton, Nikki, Justel Kane, Ryan, and Gangsta Sister Carolyn, I need each one of you to either text, or I prefer you to email it to me. Email me a little something about what you got going on. You do readings, you do house cleaning, you change tires, whatever the hell it is that you do. Because when we transition from the planetary movements into the Zodiac native soul vibrations, every time we have a broadcast, one of y'all is going to get a plug. So this time I'm plugging everybody that that are regular members of the Zoom portion of this call. I thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I have so much gratitude in my heart for each and every one of y'all. And hell, this is my platform, so we might as well plug each other and just get it flowing, and everybody can eat. So I want all of you guys to email me something about the things that you do, and if you got a website, if you got a YouTube channel, if you got books, whatever it is that you do, if you will do counseling for people, whatever it is that you'll do, email that to me. And in between the planetary movements, you guys will be getting this plug. The next portion of the show is being supported by Justel Kane's astrology, or Natanya Albritton's social work, or High Priestess Alania's moon work, or Nikki's whatever it is, or Ryan's Moval credit repair company, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is. And you guys all get one of those plugs on my internet radio station as well. Any comments, any questions before we get into the Zodiac native soul vibrations? Yes, Ryan, go right ahead.
I had a question about High Priestess when she was saying that you got to rest your nervous system, but then you still got to put yourself out there. So I wanted to get a different perspective, because a lot of times, like a lot of people, you have what could appear to be contrasting vibrations at any given moment. So right now, internally, I know I need to reset my nervous system and stay away from people. However, I need to deal with people to expand. So I just want to get a different perspective on that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Williams.
Okay. So, being a fellow moon Aquarian to the exact degree is fine. You have a Taurus degree, so you have to rest. You have to nourish your nervous system very, very well, and that includes taking a break from electronics. And it does require you to take a break from large groups of people at one time. So if you have interactions with people on a regular basis, you have to create a balance of time where you allow yourself to be completely disconnected from everything and everybody too. So you release all those thoughts, all that energy, all that frequency energy that you're collectively picking up on as you walk through the room. or as you have communications, even if it's on remote on a screen, because you're still picking up all that frequency. So as a Aquarian moon, you're always going to be in a room of groups of people, because groups of people always follow and listen to you. You just have to know, as you nurture yourself, that when it's time to cut everything off. The TV off, the Wi-Fi box, the phone, everything has to go off for a while so you have balance. So you don't have to completely cut people out to where you isolate, because then your moon in Aquarius is not doing what it's supposed to do, and it's still going to cause the same stress as if you were constantly in a room full of people and never shut your or even worse, or you never shut your stuff off. You never turn off. You got to have a moment to turn off. And the moon goes through phases as well. And Aquarius is a fixed sign. So you have to be consistent about when you allow yourself to be right and when you allow yourself to go dark.
Yeah. And that last package I sent to you, did it have any black tourmaline in it, my brother?
Possibly. If not, I have some though. I have some.
No, you need a whole lot more, bro.
Okay.
I got a necklace over here that's on my altar that I just realized who I should gift it to. You need to wear this necklace I'm going to send to you. You need to just wear it while you at work. I'm going to send you some raw pieces of black tourmaline. I want you to put 2 pieces in your right pocket, 2 pieces in your left pocket. I want you to put some black tourmaline in the trunk of your car underneath the spare. I want you to put it in your glove box, in your ashtray, up under your driver's seat.
That's how I am about obsidian. I keep that with me. It helps keep that core, like they keep it clear.
Yeah, y'all got me smiling right now, and thank y'all for bringing me back, because when I first got into crystals, my favorite formula was like some black tourmaline and citrine. I used to love black tourmaline, citrine, and aventurine. I used to keep that with me. So thank y'all for that. That got me smiling.
Black tourmaline is your that's your protector from kryptonite. Yeah, that you a Superman, and with black tourmaline, kryptonite can't even mess with you, bro. Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
All right. Zodiac native soul vibrations. Aries natives, got one for you. February opens a new karmic cycle for you, my ascending Aries natives. Saturn's entrance into your sign reshapes your identity, your discipline, and your relationship with personal power. This month demands sovereignty in action. Every impulse becomes a test of integrity. Every desire becomes a call to structure. You stand at the threshold of a new era where instinct must evolve into mastery. The Aquarius solar eclipse activates your visionary self, revealing the future you are meant to build rather than the battles you are accustomed to fighting. Old patterns of reaction dissolve. New patterns of conscious leadership emerge. The Pisces transits pull you inward, asking for spiritual clarity before forward motion. Mercury and Venus in Pisces soften your edges, guiding you towards compassion, intuition, and emotional truth. The sun's arrival in Pisces illuminates the unseen motivations behind your choices. This is a month of internal purification before external conquest. The Leo full moon ignites your creative fire and exposes where you have dimmed your radiance to maintain control or avoid vulnerability. Uranus, stationing direct in Taurus, shakes your foundations, revealing the values that must evolve for your next chapter to stabilize. February is not a month of speed. It's a month of alignment. You are being forged into a new archetype, the disciplined warrior, the sovereign initiator, the leader who acts from clarity rather than urgency. Every choice becomes a declaration of your soul's journey. Every step becomes a vow to your mastered self. Taurus natives, I got one for you. February reshapes the ground beneath your feet, my ascending Taurus natives. Uranus stationing direct in your sign early in the month, releasing a surge of evolutionary force through your body, your values, and your material reality. This is not gentle change. This is tectonic truth. Anything built on comfort rather than alignment begins to crack open. You are being liberated from stagnation, outdated self-definitions, and inherited expectations. The return to Maya demands authenticity in the physical realm, and this month restores that alignment with unmistakable clarity. The Leo full moon exposes emotional patterns around security, loyalty, and belonging. You see where you have held on too tightly, where you have dimmed your voice to maintain peace, where you have sacrificed your own becoming to protect stability. This illumination frees your heart from old contracts. The Pisces transits open your visionary field. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces expand your imagination, soften your resistance to change, and reconnect you with the future self calling you forward. Community, collaboration, and soul-aligned networks become essential. The Aquarius solar eclipse activates your destiny path, revealing the role you are meant to play in the collective transformation. New opportunities appear. Old identities dissolve. Your mission clarifies. Saturn in Aries initiates a deep internal restructuring. Hidden fears, unconscious habits, and outdated survival strategies rise up for release. This is preparation for your next era of embodiment. February is a month of awakening. You are reclaiming your power, redefining your worth, and stepping into a more liberated version of yourself. The earth within you evolves. Gemini natives, got one for you. February opens your psychic field, my ascending Gemini natives. The month begins with a surge of heart fire from the Leo full moon, illuminating communication patterns, hidden desires, and the places where your voice has been fragmented by divided attention or emotional hesitation. This illumination restores coherence to your expression. You speak from truth rather than performance. You reclaim the authority of your own mind. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus activates your unconscious terrain. Sudden insights rise from the depths. Old narratives dissolve. You feel the tectonic shift of a new internal architecture forming. This is preparation for the eclipse. The Aquarius solar eclipse electrifies your higher mind, expanding your worldview, your philosophy, and your sense of purpose. A new path of study, teaching, travel, or spiritual initiation emerges. You feel the future calling with unmistakable clarity. The Pisces transits reshapes your professional identity. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces dissolve outdated ambitions and reveal the soul-aligned direction your work must take. You sense the subtle currents guiding your next chapter. Your intuition becomes your compass. Your creativity becomes your strategy. Your sensitivity becomes your advantage. Saturn entering Aries restructures your social field. Friendships, alliances, and communities shift. You step into a more defined role within the collective. Leadership emerges through clarity rather than force. You become the strategist, the connector, the messenger who carries the new frequency. February is a month of revelation. Your mind expands. Your voice strengthens. Your soul journey sharpens. You step into a higher octave of intelligence and influence. All right. Cancer natives. This one is kind of important to me, too. February draws you into the deepest chambers of your emotional and intuitive architecture, my ascending Cancer natives. The Leo full moon illuminates your relationship with self-worth, revealing the places where you have overgiven, overprotected, or overfunctioned to maintain harmony. This illumination restores the throne of your inner value. You feel the truth of what you deserve. You feel the cost of what you have carried. You feel the necessity of new boundaries shaped by self-respect rather than fear. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus activates your social field. Friendships shift. Alliances recalibrate. You sense which connections nourish your evolution and which connections drain your vitality. The Aquarius solar eclipse opens a karmic gate in your 8th house terrain, initiating a profound transformation of intimacy, power, shared resources, and psychological patterns. Old emotional contracts dissolve. New forms of connections emerge. You reclaim authority over your inner world. The Pisces transit expands your spiritual vision. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces lift you into higher intuition, guiding you toward meaning, purpose, and soul-aligned direction. Your dreams speak clearly. Your instincts sharpen. Your faith strengthens. You feel the presence of a larger story unfolding through you. Saturn entering Aries restructures your public identity. You step into a new era of responsibility, visibility, and leadership. Your work demands clarity. Your path demands courage. Your destiny demands embodiment. February is a month of emotional sovereignty. You shed old patterns of caretaking and step into a more empowered, spiritually attuned version of yourself. Your heart becomes the oracle. Your intuition becomes your guide. All right. Leo natives, got one for you and me and my Leo moon. February restores the sovereignty of your fire, my ascending Leo natives. The month opens with your full moon, a radiant unveiling of truth, purpose, and identity. This illumination exposes every place where you have dimmed your brilliance to maintain peace, protect others, or avoid destabilizing the familiar. The return to Maya demands alignment with your authentic radiance. This lunation restores the throne of your soul. You feel the call to lead from truth rather than performance. You feel the necessity of expressing your full creative force. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus shakes your professional foundations. Career paths shift. Public roles evolve. You sense the arrival of a new destiny timeline. The Aquarius solar eclipse activates your relational axis, initiating a profound reset in partnerships, alliances, and soul contracts. Old dynamics dissolve. New connections appear. You step into relationships that match your frequency rather than your history. The Pisces transits draw you into emotional depth. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces open up the underworld of intimacy, vulnerability, and shared power. You see the truth beneath the surface. You feel the emotional currents guiding your next chapter. Your intuition sharpens. Your compassion deepens. Your boundaries refine. Saturn entering Aries strengthens your long-term visions. You commit to a path that expands your influence, your wisdom, and your spiritual authority. You become the lion who walks with purpose rather than impulse. February is a month of reclamation. Your soul awakens. Your destiny clarifies. Your fire becomes a force of alignment rather than of survival. You rise into your true magnificence. All right. Virgo natives, got one for you. February refines your entire system, my ascending Virgo natives. The Leo full moon illuminates your hidden chambers of your subconscious, revealing the patterns you have outgrown, the obligations you have carried too long, and the emotional residue shaping your choices from behind the scenes. This illumination restores inner clarity. You feel the truth of what must be released. You feel the necessity of reclaiming your energy from outdated roles and silent burdens. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus expands your worldview. New philosophies, teachings, and perspectives enter your field. You sense a shift in your long-term direction. The Aquarius solar eclipse activates your sixth house terrain, initiating a profound reset in health, work, daily rhythm, and service. Old routines collapse. New structures emerge. You step into a more aligned relationship with your body, your craft, and your purpose. This eclipse rewrites the architecture of your life at the practical level. The Pisces transits reshape your relational landscape. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces soften your analytical edges and open your heart to deeper connection. You see the emotional truth beneath every interaction. You feel the subtle currents guiding your partnerships. You recognize where harmony requires honesty and where devotion requires boundaries. Saturn entering Aries initiates a new era of psychological mastery. You confront patterns of avoidance, self-sacrifice, or over-control. You reclaim authority over your inner world. You step into a more empowered relationship with intimacy, vulnerability, and shared power. February is a month of purification. Your mind clears. Your path sharpens. Your service becomes sacred. You rise into a more integrated version of yourself. Libra natives, got one for you. February restores equilibrium through truth, my ascending Libra natives. The Leo full moon illuminates your community field, revealing the dynamics, alliances, and social roles that no longer match your frequency. You see where you have over-accommodated, over-harmonized, or overextended yourself to maintain balance. This illumination returns you to the center of your own scales. You feel the necessity of choosing resonance over obligation. You feel the power of standing in authentic relational integrity. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus activates your eighth house terrain, initiating deep transformation around intimacy, shared resources, and psychological patterns. Old contracts dissolve. New forms of connection emerge. You reclaim authority over your emotional and energetic boundaries. This shift prepares you for the eclipse. The Aquarius solar eclipse electrifies your creative and romantic axis. A new chapter begins in self-expression, passion, pleasure, and purpose. You feel the arrival of a destiny-aligned spark. projects, relationships, and desires that reflect your true essence come into focus. You step into a more liberated version of your artistry and heart. The Pisces transits refine your daily rhythm. Excuse me. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces guide you towards healing, rest, and spiritual alignment. You sense the subtle adjustments your body and spirit require. You feel the call to simplify, purify, and reorganize your life around what nourishes you. Saturn entering Aries restructures your partnerships. Commitment becomes conscious. Boundaries become sacred. Collaboration becomes intentional. February is a month of relational truth. You release imbalance. You reclaim harmony. You rise into partnerships that honor your soul. Scorpios, you knew y'all couldn't duck a lick. February pulls you into a profound metamorphic cycle, my ascending Scorpio natives. The Leo full moon illuminates your public identity, revealing the roles you have outgrown, the expectations you have carried for others, and the versions of yourself that no longer hold power. This illumination restores sovereignty to your path. You feel the necessity of stepping into a more authentic expression of authority. You feel the truth of the destiny you have been circling for years. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus activates your relational axis. Partnerships shift. Contracts dissolve. New alliances emerge. You see the emotional and energetic patterns that have shaped your connections. You reclaim your power within them. This prepares you for the eclipse. The Aquarius solar eclipse resets your foundation. Home, family, ancestry, and inner security undergo a radical reconfiguration. Old emotional structures collapse. New forms of stability rise. You feel the ground of your life rearranging itself to match your evolution. This eclipse initiates a new era of emotional truth. The Pisces transits opened your creative and romantic field. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces awaken desire, imagination, and spiritual longing. You feel the call to create from your soul rather than from your wounds. You feel the arrival of new frequency in love, pleasure, and self-expression. Saturn entering Aries. Hold on, y'all. Saturn entering Aries restructures your daily rhythm. Discipline sharpens. Health becomes sacred. Work becomes intentional. February is a month of deep transformation. You shed old skins. You reclaim your power. You rise into a more aligned, spiritually attuned version of yourself. All right. All right. This is my corner, my personal corner of the Zodiac, these next three. Sagittarius natives, got one for you. February expands your inner horizons, my ascending Sagittarius natives. The Leo full moon ignited your ninth house fire, illuminating your beliefs, philosophies, and long-range visions. You see where your truth has been constrained by old narratives, inherited frameworks, or outdated identities. This illumination restores the sovereignty of your worldview. You feel the call to step into a larger story. You feel the necessity of aligning your life with your deeper purpose. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus activates your daily rhythm. Work, health, and habits shift. You sense the arrival of a new structure that supports your evolution. The Aquarius solar eclipse electrifies your communication field, opening a new era of writing, teaching, speaking, studying, and sharing your voice. A message awakens within you. A path of transmission emerges. You become the carrier of a frequency that reshapes your reality. The Pisces transits draw you inward. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces open the ancestral waters of your emotional foundation. You feel the truth of what must be healed, released, or rerouted. Home, family, and inner security undergo subtle yet profound transformation. Your intuition becomes the compass guiding your next steps. Saturn entering Aries strengthens your creative fire. Discipline merges with inspiration. Desire merges with purpose. You commit to a path of authentic expression. You step into a new era of artistry, romance, and self-revelation. February is a month of expansion through truth. Your vision sharpens. Your voice awakens. Your path widens. You rise into the next octave of your soul's journey. All right. All right. I like that. Cappies, Capricorn natives. I got one for us too as well. February restructures your entire foundation, my ascending Capricorn natives. I already like the sound of this right here. The Leo full moon illuminates your 8th house terrain, revealing the emotional contracts, power dynamics, and internal burdens you have carried in silence. This illumination restores authority to your inner world. You feel the necessity of releasing what drains your vitality. You feel the truth of the boundaries your evolution now requires. You reclaim energy that was scattered across old obligations. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus activates your creative and romantic field. Inspiration surges. Desire awakens. A new expression of your artistry, pleasure, and personal truth emerges. You sense the arrival of a destiny-aligned spark. The Aquarius solar eclipse resets your financial and material architecture. All right. Income streams shift. Values evolve. A new relationship with money, resources, and self-worth begins. You step into a more liberated, future-oriented version of stability. All right. The Pisces transits open your communication field. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces refine your voice, soften your edges, and guide you towards intuitive truth. Conversations become gateways. Ideas become revelations. You feel the subtle currents shaping your next chapter. Your mind becomes receptive to inspiration that transcends logic. Saturn entering Aries initiates a new era of personal grounding. Home, family, and inner security undergo structural transformation. You build a foundation that supports your long-term destiny rather than your past identity. February is a month of reconstruction. You release what no longer supports your becoming. You strengthen the architecture of your life. You rise into a more aligned, empowered, and spiritually anchored version of yourself. All right. I like that too. Aquarius natives. Got one for us as well. February opens a destiny gate directly in your sign, my ascending Aquarius natives. The month begins with subtle tremors. Then the solar eclipse on the 17th activates a full timeline reset. This eclipse rewrites your identity, your mission, and the frequency you broadcast into the world. You feel the arrival of a new self. You feel the disillusion of roles, expectations, and versions of you that no longer carry power. This is your rebirth point. The return to Mayat restores alignment between your individuality and your soul's purpose. You step into the future you were designed to architect. All right. The Leo full moon illuminates your relational axis. Partnerships reveal their truth. You see the dynamics that support your evolution and the dynamics that restrict it. This illumination clarifies the alliances that can walk with you into your next era. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus shakes your foundation. Home, family, and inner security shift. You sense the ground rearranging itself to match your new frequency. This prepares you for the eclipse's activation. The Pisces transits soften your edges. Mercury, Venus, and the Sun in Pisces guide you towards emotional clarity, financial recalibration, and intuitive truth. You feel the subtle currents shaping your material reality. You recognize the values that must guide your next chapter. Saturn entering Aries strengthens your voice. Communication becomes precise. Boundaries become clear. Your message becomes a force. February is a month of identity rebirth. You shed the past. You step into your future. You rise as the architect of the new paradigm. Hot damn. All right. And then finally, Pisces natives. I got one for you. February opens a portal directly into your essence, my ascending Pisces natives. With Mercury, Venus, and eventually the Sun moving through your sign, the month becomes a full spectrum activation of intuition, sensitivity, creativity, and spiritual truth. You feel everything more vividly. You perceive the subtle architecture between every interaction. You sense the deeper currents shaping your destiny. This is your annual rebirth cycle, and the return to Mayat restores alignment between your inner world and your outer expression. The Leo full moon illuminates your health, work, and daily rhythm. You see the habits that drain your energy and the routines that no longer support your evolution. This illumination guides you towards purification, rest, and sacred discipline. You feel the necessity of tending to your body as a vessel of your spiritual work. Uranus stationing direct in Taurus activates your communication field. Ideas spark, conversations shift, new pathways of learning, writing, speaking, or teaching emerge. You feel the arrival of a message you are meant to carry. The Aquarius solar eclipse resets your subconscious terrain. Old fears dissolve, hidden patterns surface. A new internal architecture forms. You step into a clearer relationship with your intuition, your dreams, and your spiritual lineage. Saturn entering Aries restructures your relationship with resources and self-worth. You build stability from inside out. You anchor your value in truth rather than comparison. February is a month of spiritual emergence. Your intuition sharpens. Your voice softens into power. Your path clarifies. You rise as the mystic aligned with destiny. February 2026 arrives as a month of revelation, acceleration, and spiritual recalibration. Each planetary movement functions as an initiatory step, pushing the collective from heart-centered truth into visionary restructuring and onward into Piscean dissolution. The month exposes what has been hidden, awakens what has been dormant, and dissolves what can no longer continue. Fire opens the heart. Air rewrites the future. Earth destabilizes the old structure, and water completes the cycle through surrender and purification. February becomes a threshold month, a passage where identity, purpose, and perception shift into alignment with a new paradigm of clarity, intuition, and inner authority. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. Your mastered self awaits you. Zen Uru, Zen Uru, Zen Uru. Any comments? Any questions? Any concerns? Did I miss anything? How'd I do, y'all? My astrologers online. I'm all right? I did okay? Unmute yourselves. All right, all right, all right. Goody, 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 goody.
Well, I just want to say, Mark, that
Yeah.
I had you playing on the background, and my friend was like, are you always this positive?" And I said, "Yes, Mark has always got a nice, good, positive sense to bring about every zodiac."
Absolutely.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
kudos. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you for having me on in the background. I encourage that. I applaud that. I'm being a shameless self-promoter. Yes, yes, yes. You can forward them to my YouTube page, forward them to my Facebook page. And anybody that goes to my Facebook page, my links to my radio station are right there. So I'm thankful and grateful that I could be of service to you guys today. Um, you guys got any comments, any questions, any concerns, anything you guys want to bring up? Ryan, go ahead, Nikki.
Oh, well, am I still on? I didn't have anything to say.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Oh,
Ryan, you got anything you want to touch on?
I think it was a great show. I hope everybody got something from it. If anybody wants to share what they took from the show, if anybody wants to share how we can, if you have any feedback, any ideas, I think that's good for us to take in periodically. And Mark, I don't know if you want to do something on a personal level just to show people what we can do. If they're members, we can, or however you want to do that. And everybody, I have to bring this up, kind of how Mark is on selfless promotion. I'm on selfless services for us, because I know what we can do, and you guys need to know what we can do at a higher level. So that's why I always bring that up. If there's anything you guys want to go over, any questions you have, we could take a look, or you can send in the request privately to Mark, and I'll take a look at it if he doesn't have time. But we want to get you guys engaged on the next level of the services beyond just the broadcast. So if anybody has any feedback, personal questions, or if you want to send something privately, I want to open it up if Mark doesn't mind.
Yeah, no, we will do that. Nikki, I want you to, like, you emailed me your name and your birthday. Email me your daughter's name and birthday, and Ryan and I will do some family soul mapping for the both of you.
That would be awesome. I hadn't even thought about family soul mapping.
Yeah.
Should I include my son too? Because that's the household dynamic.
Everybody, put everybody on there. Put the how their names appear on the birth certificate and birth dates. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, Miss Kane, go right ahead.
I don't like to put how the names appear on the birth certificates.
Okay.
Only because it's too much PII.
Okay, well,
that's why I never volunteered.
I get it.
That's okay.
That's a lot.
That's too much trust into.
That's how we get the most.
That's enough to.
Most accurate reading, though. With that.
What was your question?
Huh? Oh.
But it's all good. It's all good. Yes, Miss Kane, go right ahead.
I actually want to go back and touch on something Lainey talked about earlier. And it was something that I was actually dealing with when we had all those planets that were retrograde, specifically Saturn. And one of the things she talked about is not being able to sweep things under the rug. And it was interesting because I have in my lifetime um, swept a lot of stuff under the rugs, ignored a lot of things. And during that period, I found myself stewing in all the shit I ignored. And I was uncomfortable, but more than anything, I was angry. And what I was angry about, I wasn't angry at people, I was angry at myself because what I realized all these years is that I had been betraying myself. All the times that I said yes when I really did not want to say yes, it felt like self betrayal. And so I couldn't even have these conversations with other people because they weren't meant for other people. This was just only something I could deal with. So I just wanted to just touch on that. That was something that I was dealing with back then. So imagining that we're still dealing with that right now. And it's not a comfortable place to be, but
Absolutely not.
it's so necessary. That's all I wanted to share.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Um, what a powerful time we are in. You guys have to excuse me. I'm getting a download right now as yeah. So if I appear a little scattered right now, just know that yeah, it's something that's going on right here. Yes, yes, High Priestess, go ahead.
I was just gonna say too, with that eclipse, is the what we call the Chinese New Year, the new lunar year that starts on the 17th, the day before. So we are just like just touching piggyback off of what Justel just said. This is a time when we're still going through that ultimate shedding process still before that fire horse energy kicks off during that eclipse, new moon eclipse. So we all, and then I'm in the same energy with the 7 year too. As soon as the new year hit, it was definitely a big switch. But I feel like all of what we're still in the midst of feeling, even if it is anger or whatever was being shed, it's like all the stuff that came from beneath the surface is giving you an opportunity to look it dead in its face again, each and every piece, because all of that had to be released, and you get a really good look at it this month deeply because it is a 9 for you to go ahead and just release it with peace, love, and just embrace the experiences as lessons. Like that's basically how I'm viewing everything now, instead of like before I would be kind of irritated or agitated because it's like a clash of energy that I'm trying to work against. And it's like, well, if I just, and I was just explaining this to my daughter, it's like, you just let life happen, just let it happen. And when you allow it to just happen, you'll naturally feel guided in the direction you know you're meant to go in. It's not going to mean that confrontation or resistance anymore, especially when you've already let it go and released it to the point where you could see it. Now it's no longer hiding from you, and everybody is like, it's not no hiding anymore. So now there's a bit of a grieving period. There's a bit of a transitional period where we got to get comfortable with not being attached to that stuff anymore too. Right. Not just seeing it go, but to know that it's going, and there's memories, water, emotion that will still come up, but it's not who you are anymore. And I have to tell myself aloud, that anxiety has a question. Anxiety wants to know something, or I have an idea or a feeling about something, but I'm still not my body or emotions. I'm just experiencing it. And this month will help us to remember we're just experiencing, we're observing. We don't have to be attached to every single little thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am I feel my edges Softening. Ugh. I feel, and I have felt my edges softening since the calendar flip 2026. One of the main reasons for rewriting my entire numerology software package is because I went back through and I started reading some of the interpretations that I had written, and yeah, they were great, but they were full of my anger, and they were full of my, I was going through uh, uh, all these misdiagnoses from doctors, and I'd be angry and frustrated, and yeah, and then there'd be times when I could tell from my writings when I had vitality and when I was feeling good. Yeah, I wrote flowery and fluffy, and then when I wasn't feeling so good, but I still had to write, yeah, that's not what I wanted to be as part of my legacy. So, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful um, for the kinder, gentler version of me. Still, I still ain't nobody's punk, and you still can find the real definition of fuck around equals find out if you really want to. However, we could take it down a notch or two, and I feel better. Emotionally, I feel better. Spiritually, I feel better. Physically, I feel better. Oh, one last shameless plug. I had a my annual physical last week, and other than being 7 pounds heavier than I really truly want to be, all of my numbers from the previous year were down. Were in either safe, good, acceptable, or I can't believe your shit is this low type of number. And the doctor, she was the same one I had from last year, and she said, "I remember what you said. You said that you would be able to eat your way to better health." And I looked at you. Uh, I said, "Yeah, you looked at me sideways." She said, "So I don't even want to know what you're doing." I said, "I wouldn't tell you anyway. You're a medical professional, so I wouldn't tell you anyway." She said, "But I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing." I said, "Yeah, as opposed to what? Yeah, keep coming back in here sick and all of that." So I'm grateful, man, and I want to invite everyone that is on the call right now, and the rest of our regulars, Deirdre, Honeybee, um, uh, all of the regulars, all you guys. Next Monday, I will be 63 years young. Next Monday, I would like all of us to come hang out for about 66 minutes. And nothing fancy, nothing over the top. I want to share that day with you guys. You guys are my family. You guys are my village. You guys are the tribe. And you guys are the only ones that can appreciate the significance of birthdays like I can. Everybody, most regular person just, oh, it's just your birthday. What's the big deal? It's a big damn deal. Yeah, it's a big deal. So I want to invite all you guys next week. Plus, and Ryan, you could chime in if I start over promising, but I believe by next Monday, Ryan and I should be able to give a soft launch on the Blend AI and my master self numerology. So yeah, y'all might just want to show up next week to hear if me and him is ready to bust out. Ryan, what you think about that?
Yeah, we ready. That's absolutely doable. We ready. We ready. And
I mean, we ready right now.
Yeah, after you experience it, tell a friend.
Yeah, we're ready right now, and what we want to do is probably on Monday. Yeah, we will pick a couple of y'all, and if you want to get a drive-by experience of it, yeah, we will put you in the time machine, and yeah, we'll let you know what comes out. We are really serious about the benefit and about the revolutionary aspect of all of this that we're doing, and we want to show y'all because y'all have been with us. Some of y'all been with me since the beginning. So we want to show y'all and we want to show you guys the value and the practicality and the efficiency of it so that y'all won't have a problem telling somebody, hey man, where you go to get your astrology from? Oh yeah, no, y'all want to go hook up with this app right here. So yeah, yeah. So you guys are invited next Monday. Um, Also, Ryan, Miss Kane, High Priestess Williams, and then one other person that's not on the call. I will. We need to have a production call because once we make this announcement Monday, we shift into our new schedule where we'll be Master Self Astrology, natural health and healing, and then we do the cards and numbers and the soul of everything, 3 different podcasts every 2 weeks. So I want to get with Miss Kane and High Priestess Lanya Ryan and the other person so that we can just really get on the same page about the shows that y'all are the part of. And for Miss Kane and High Priestess Williams, I'm just gonna say it right now, and y'all can start wrapping your head around it. The the uh, the inevitability of things is that I'm turning the astrology show over to Miss Williams and the cards and the number over to Miss Kane. So just y'all both, I want y'all both to start embracing that and thinking about that and stepping in to y'all's purpose that I know both of y'all is more than equipped to handle this shit. And yeah, so I'm not even, and I'm not taking no for an answer from neither one of you. So you can open up the mic and cuss me out right now if you want to, but you're still part of the team. You
You
know
know,
what I'm
I
saying?
just said, oh shit, right?
Yeah, I know you did.
You had me.
All right, all right, all right. So let's see. Other than that,
I'm
anybody got
excited.
anything they would like to add?
I would like to go ahead and self-plug myself. Self-plug myself. I would like to plug self.
There you
A
go.
lot of you guys, most of y'all, I would say, percentage-wise, I am connected with on Facebook. So you can find me, Alania, Alania Williams on Facebook. I have been sharing my Masculine Moon ebook. It's digitally available. My link tree where you can get it is on my website, as well as my post will show you. You can also find my YouTube videos. I already posted my medical astrology, 2 of them. It's not done yet, but I got 2 already up there for you. And just basic astrology, basic numerology videos as well on my page. But the biggest 2 things for me right now is that Masculine Moon ebook that's available.
Mhm.
It's 39 pages, so it's not some skimpy little book to read through, but it is small enough and heavy enough to take you somewhere you have not been
All right.
recently.
All
Anyway.
right. All right.
So I would encourage you to get that. It's $14.44. So you will $14.44 your ebook. The second ebook, the first one that I did, that is a year old, that one is free.
All right.
And that is specifically about your understanding of your moon sign. The masculine moon is about understanding the masculine energy the moon actually has and was traditionally being used for before we switched,
Absolutely.
you know, over to seeing the moon as more feminine than masculine.
Right.
Okay. And it does help with, you know, men's mental health, men's needing stress, men needing to be seen more than just being productive. That masculine moon taps into that. And then the other moon book, the original one, the moon sign ebook, is available digitally as well in my link tree. Only it talks about the relationship between you and your moon sign and how you can help understand other people with their moon signs. So we got 2 moon book ebooks available. One is free and the other one to download is $14.44, and it's available on my Facebook. You can reach me personally, or you can reach out to Mr. Pyle and he can connect you with me as well. However you want to cut the cake. As I tell my daughter, is more than one way to eat a Reese's.
That's right. That's right. Holla at him. That's right. That's right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Natanya, you good?
I'm here.
I'm grateful. Love them glasses.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm here.
All right. All right. All right. Just I'm grateful for you being here, and sometimes being here is all you need.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
All right.
That's good. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? Since there'll be nothing else, this has been On the Sevens with Pyphorus B. Metatron, where we come to awaken to our mastered self, ascend with our evolving soul, and expand our consciousness mind. We are thankful and grateful for each and every one of you for your support and encouragement. Please continue to keep On the Sevens with Pyphorus B. Metatron a part of your soul's journey as your mastered self awaits you. Let me leave you with this. As above, so below. As within, so without. As of the cosmos, so in your soul core level. It is so, it is so. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. Until we gather again, goodbye for now. I am Pyphorus B. Metatron on the Sevens, signing off. Zen Uru, Zen Uru, Zen Uru. See you guys next Monday.